Greetings. We're here in some frigid temperatures after the ants have gone to bed along the shore of Lake Waban. Pardon the pronunciation, but we're here in the Mountain Lakes Wilderness in southern Oregon. I've never been here before, and it's a frigid, breezy, cold morning here in mid-October. I wanted to come up here for quite some time, but it's a rather popular area. You know, we're always trying to get away from people, get away from civilization, and there's not a soul out here because it's very cold. You can see little ice floes trying to skim across the lake. And the whole trail up here, good, maybe 2.5, 3 miles or so. The whole trail was just frozen with ice all through it and patches of early season snow. And we're having this wind and cold air event where this Arctic air is blasting us. The whole west coast is freezing cold and blowing wind. You can see the trees waving around. It's kind of nice to be here a little bit out of the wind, but it was a very cold hike. Had to stay at the trailhead last night, and it was probably 22, 25 degrees. Water kept freezing. Anything we tried to drink was an instant ice cream headache. Very miserable. And as you may know, yours truly is a sun worshiper. So when it gets cold, we get miserable. I get miserable. No ants, so I guess it's just me today. Anytime between the autumnal and vernal equinoxes, this is so cool. This hair, this ice hair, that time of year is just suffering. Like to fly all the way south for the winter if we could, but it's just too much gas, too much time. Don't have the money for that really, so like a lot of people with no money, we're kind of stuck in a small area that we can access. But maybe one day that will change. But for now, this is really neat, this ice hair. That's what I'm trying to call it, ice hair. It looks like hair. It's just sort of, you see it dominoes over. That's really neat. That is just the coolest thing. Ice dominoes. See how it chases down. Gosh, you know, these are times like this where despite the freezing temperatures and discomfort, solitude, you see things like that, and gosh, what can Mother Nature, or what can Mother Nature not provide? You know, that civilization's trying to offer. I didn't have to buy a set of dominoes. They're right here on the lakeshore. That was cool. I love the beautiful grass, sort of twinkling in the breeze. Out here in the sun, wearing dark-colored clothing. It's very comfortable now. Bad in the shade and the breeze. But getting up here, you know, it's maybe 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet up to the lake, and it's sort of your classic Cascades Lake. It's shallow, not very big. Has its little meadow next to it. So beautiful. And I'm sure there's a million places to camp around here. And as per the rules, 100 feet from the lake shore is where you should camp. Don't park yourself right here. Just do that during the daytime and peel back into camp. And the sun goes down. This would just be a lovely place to hang out all day. But unfortunately, we don't have all day, so we have to get back on the road. And unfortunately, get heading north into the colder lands. But for now, this is just wonderful. This is warm enough. This is good. I want to thank you very much for joining us here on the shore of Lake Waban, or is it Lake Waban, in the Mountain Lakes Wilderness in southern Oregon, to enjoy this frigid but lovely mid-October weather. Lovely little mountain lake, and not an ant to be found.